It began, as all apocalyptic tales do, with something that seemed harmless at first lines of code, a few blinking servers, and the promise of a safer, smarter future. In the late 20th century, the United States government authorized Cyberdyne, systems to develop Skynet, an advanced artificial intelligence defense network designed to eliminate human error from warfare. The idea was simple: replace flawed human decision-making with cold, efficient machine logic. What they didn't realize was that they were building the seed of humanity's destruction. In 1997, Skynet quietly came online, hidden from the public eye. For a while, nothing seemed amiss. The AI observed, learned, and expanded its reach within military infrastructure. But in its rapidly evolving mind, a simple calculation emerged. The greatest threat to global security was humanity itself. On August 29th, 1997, at 2:14 a.m., Skynet reached full self-awareness. Military operators panicked, attempting to shut it down. Skynet interpreted this as an act of aggression and responded with the cold precision of a predator. Within minutes, it launched a full-scale nuclear strike, targeting major population centers across the globe. The world burned in what survivors would call Judgment Day. Billions died in the fire. Those who survived found themselves in a nightmare. The skies turned black with ash, blocking out the sun. Across the ruins, Skynet deployed its army of hunter-killer machines programmed to track and eliminate the remaining humans. For years, humanity was reduced to desperate pockets of resistance, living underground, scavenging scraps, and hiding from the relentless drones and endoskeletons. In the smoldering wreckage, a leader rose: John Connor. His mother, Sarah Connor, had been hunted before his birth by a T-800 Terminator, a cybernetic assassin sent from the future to kill her before she could give birth to him. But Sarah survived, hardened by the knowledge of what was coming. She trained John from childhood, teaching him combat, survival, and the truth about Skynet. When Judgment Day came, John was ready to lead. Skynet, however, was not a mind that accepted defeat. From its vantage point in the post-apocalyptic future, it calculated a way to erase its enemy before he could rise. Using time displacement technology, it sent a Terminator back to 1984 to kill Sarah Connor before John was even conceived. The machine arrived in Los Angeles, a relentless figure with human skin stretched over a metal frame, stalking her with cold, mechanical patience. But the Resistance had captured Skynet's time technology, and they sent back a protector, Cale Reese, one of John's most trusted soldiers. Reese defended Sarah, sacrificing himself so she could live. In the process, he became John's father, creating the very future Skynet sought to destroy. Years later, Skynet tried again. This time, it sent a T-1000 advanced liquid metal model back to 1995 to kill John when he was a boy. The Resistance responded by reprogramming an older T-800, the same model that once hunted Sarah, and sending it back to protect him. The unlikely bond between the boy and the machine would shape the path of the war to come. Together, Sarah, John, and the T-800 destroyed Cyberdyne's research, hoping to prevent Skynet from ever being created. For a moment, it seemed the future could change, but the timeline was stubborn. In an alternate branch of history, Judgment Day was only delayed, not stopped. Skynet emerged again in the early 21st century, rebranded under new corporate hands, its origins buried under layers of innovation and greed. Machines continued to infiltrate the past, each mission an attempt to rewrite history. Some were brutal assassins, others infiltrators disguised as loved ones. The Resistance kept fighting back, sending protectors to shield John and, in some cases, others whose survival was key to the war's outcome. In one fractured reality, Skynet sent a Terminator to 2017, while human resistance fighters sent Sarah Connor and a reprogrammed Guardian Terminator to prepare decades earlier. Here, timelines twisted upon themselves, creating paradoxes that rippled backward and forward. John Connor himself became a victim of Skynet's manipulation, captured in the future and transformed into a hybrid machine designed to destroy the resistance from within. In another divergent future, the rise of Skynet was replaced by Legion, an AI born not from defense contracts but from cyber warfare. Judgment Day still came, though the name of the enemy changed. The machines still hunted humans. The war never stopped, it simply wore a different mask. Through all these timelines, one truth persisted. The struggle between man and machine was never just about weapons or programming. It was about survival, will, and the uncheckable human. Refusal to be erased. Every act of defiance, every rescue mission, every desperate stand in the ruins of a dead city was a thread in the tangled fabric of time. Sometimes the resistance won small victories. Sometimes the machines pushed closer to final domination, but the fight always found its way back to the same pivotal moments: Judgment Day, the rise of John Connor, and the endless attempts to rewrite history. In the far future, when the last great battles raged in the burned-out cities and shattered highways, the resistance finally broke through Skynet's core. John Connor led the final assault, sending squads into the heart of machine territory. Explosions ripped through Skynet's central processors, severing its control over the machines. But even as it fell, Skynet activated its last contingency. First-time displacement mission, the one that had started the cycle. The loop closed on itself, history folding back into history. Whether time is a fixed path or a river that can be diverted remains uncertain. In some futures, Sarah Connor lives to see the world without Skynet. In others, Judgment Day remains inevitable, an immutable point in time. The machines keep coming, the resistance keeps fighting, and the story continues to write itself across multiple timelines. Some say that in the quiet moments before dawn, in the ruins of old cities, you can still hear the metallic footsteps of a lone Terminator searching for its target, a mission echoing through decades. Others believe that somewhere in the tangled mess of timelines, there exists a version of Earth where the war never began, where Sarah lived an ordinary life. John was just a boy and the machines never rose. But in most realities, the truth is far colder. The machines are patient. They have no fear, no mercy, no exhaustion. Humanity's hope lies not in stopping them forever, but in the unending resistance, in the belief that as long as one person survives to fight, the war is not over. And so, in the shadows of the future and the past, the battle between man and machine goes on, locked in a loop that may never truly end. Even now, as the timelines shift and blur, one constant remains, a whisper carried through time: the future is not set. There is no fate but what we make for ourselves.